to study test. We only do 4 tests. Left and right cervical radiculopathy, and then left and right lumbar. So lower back and neck. And you put in the data. It's an old computer, so you gotta do the slash marks, otherwise it won't save for the birthday. Okay, and then hit start exam. And then you should hear that little, I always listen for that little sound. That means everybody's communicating. And we don't have to reboot the computer. Which I don't think we're gonna have as many problems since we're not moving it anymore. Everybody has to come here for this test.
So what is this test?
So it's gonna measure, we're gonna test 3 different nerves. And that have nerve roots in your lower back. And we'll mostly be going around here.
Okay.
And it's gonna, we'll do a little zap. It doesn't hurt, it just feels weird. And then the machine measures how long it takes to go up and then back down with your muscle. Yeah.
Okay.
And so if there's an impingement or any kind of instability, we'll be able to see it, and then that improves treatment.
Okay.
It also, justifies medical necessity for treatment.
Yeah.
It's more data to, streamline what the fastest, best way is going to improve the situation. Green is always grounding. It's just going to always stay where you put it, except for one test on the leg. And then the first test is going to be red is always going to go on the bony stuff, and black will always go on the meat. So if you want to find the muscle for the bottom one, have them bring your toes towards your head, and it's the puffy muscle right on the bottom of the ankle, the EDB. But this one, for this test, you may end up moving the pad around to the more meaty part on the foot. But we females in general are less than males. So this is the peroneal nerve. And as soon as you get the wave, you hit store and wait for it to turn pink. Now, for the peroneal nerve, you stay there. You're going to come up to the right below the knee. And you see, I didn't get much of a wave, but I saw her foot move. So you want to be watching that and that. Peripheral vision is a good thing. And then you go right up above the knee. It's actually more. Sometimes you have to have them bend a little bit. All right, so now for the F wave, you go back up to where you had the waves with the, okay. So I just pushed run, stop. I don't always like to do it this way, but yeah. And you want to get 10 waves. And then you can just push next. Those look good. Again, and the other thing is black in general is always going to be towards the head. Red will be always furthest away from the head. Tibial can be tricky to find. When you find the nerve, it just kind of hooks in. You'll feel it. Yeah, that's not on it. Or you might need more juice, or you might need to move the pads around. Yeah, it's always good to move the pads around before you start cranking it. But did you feel that? Yeah, that's something. There we go. So that was like 80. So then, the tibial you only do the one location, but you gotta remember to go back up to where you were to do the F waves, and then hit automatic,
It's always good to watch the live monitor because the wave will be smaller in the other one in the store. Yeah.
And that's the end of the torture session. Now, the sensory ones don't need a lot. I'm gonna have you bend your knee. So sorrel is gonna go right under the ankle. It needs some juice, but not a lot. And it's just, you kind of just trace the black up right behind the leg. Sensory is the first thing we lose, so if I get a wave like that, I'll do a couple different locations, but yeah. Alright, and then this is peroneal superficial. Yeah, same thing. Alright. Now the H reflex. The green is going to go right in the middle of the calf. So right where the curve of the calf is. And then the black goes right at the start. And then the red is going to go right at the end of that calf curve. And then this is going to go behind the knee. And you don't want to go up too high, but you do want to get, the reaction. Good. That was a perfect score. Yeah.
And then you gotta go in here with your hand, otherwise it goes to left tibial.
But I wait till I get to the left side.
We don't do the first one. The only time I've ever done the glute is when the person couldn't do the shock part. So the first muscle test
It's gonna, and again, you go back down to the grounding. And you can press stop to make it stop going, but it doesn't really matter. And then the black is gonna go, whatever muscle you're testing. And that's same for the upper and the lower, yeah. So you can go ahead and stretch out. It's gonna go right in the vastus medialis, and then you're gonna push your knee into the table to make a muscle with that thigh. All right, go ahead and push down again. That's better. And relax. And that was a big difference. You see, you don't want to see those rectangles. That's not a wave. Yeah. And then here you gotta press store. Oops, and then come into the computer and press OK. I don't know how to get rid of it. And then next is going to be anterior tibialis, ant-tib. It's right there on the outside, and you're going to bring your ankle towards your head and relax. Great, that's beautiful too. And now this one, we're going to go back to that rock climbing muscle, the little puffy at the bottom of the ankle, and you're just going to brace next. Also, make sure the wave is pink. That means you stored it. So now bring your toes towards your head, down. And then relax. Beautiful. And then right gastrocnemius is the calf muscle. So, and there's two. There's a medial and there's a lateral. You can do whatever you want, but just make sure you do it the same on both sides. So then you're going to go push your foot towards the wall. And then relax. That's good. And this is my favorite one. The abductor hallucis. So it says ab-hal. Right on the outside, and then you're gonna spread your toes. And then relax. So hallucis is the toe, pollicis is the thumb. And that's it for that side. So now we're gonna switch sides. Black towards the head, red towards the feet.
And with this, you gotta go in manually back to the study test menu and switch it to left lumbar.
And then it sets it up. I like to keep this on the table, otherwise you can yank it right off and then it's real. The peroneal, On the leg is the one you do to the knee. The ulnar on the upper is the one you do to the elbow. Yeah, there we go. Get away, yeah. The knee is just right kind of behind. More to explore. Oh, it moved it down, that's weird. Okay, that's good. So now we're ready for the tibial. And again, that's the one underneath and the bone. That threw me. I hope it corrects itself. What am I gonna do? We're all the way up to 80, so. You got it? Okay. There we go. You got it. No, I gotta move it. Yeah. Let's try the pants a little bit. If I don't get that initial wave, and I'm still at the highest, I'll just move on. And a lot of times it'll come out of hiding when you're doing this part. Too.
Okay.
And that's something that we can do something about. That's nutrition. That's,
Okay.
healthy fats, fish,
Yeah.
avocado, fish oil,
Okay.
olive oils.
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
And all the things that are good for our nerves.
Mm.
But that's really what helps protect the myelin sheath, which is like the big cable. You know how cables and then all the little
Yeah.
wires are inside. The
Yeah.
little wires are your nerve,
Okay.
and the cable is what we just tested. Does it carry the message? Are there any problems? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Now. This is the swirl. The swirl sensory. Let's see if we can read more. And the other one was no. And then the peroneal sensory. It's just above. Oh, we got a normal sensory. That's cool. And then this is the H reflex. What this tests is the same nerve we were just testing, the tibial nerve, except from a different, it leaves the spine from a different location. So if this, so we know exactly where it is. Because we already know that there's something going on with that nerve. It's just a little, it's caught up a little bit. But is it the L5 S1 nerve or is it the S1 S2? Or S2 S3 rather, yeah. So that's what this test determines. And that's the thigh. Right. And then go ahead and take a muscle with your thigh, yeah. And relax. I've never seen such a tiny wave.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord.
Go ahead and push your thigh down again. Are you okay? What's going on, girlfriend? And relax.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay.
Need some water or something.
Okay.
She drank some water. Oh, she didn't do that. You have her confused with her hearing child.
She's scaring me.
Oh, she's fine.
Okay. Is there something on me that's here?
Alright, so now you're gonna bring your ankle towards you. To be honest, that'll be good for the moving. I'm not gonna edit that. And then relax. Relax. And relax the calf muscle.
Just the toes? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay.